I'm saying is, bro, when I press record, you just gotta tell everybody about that time you saw me dunk. It don't gotta be true, but they believe anything. Social media error. Oh snap, we're recording. Welcome to the Outlet Pass.
Hey, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Outlet Pass, where we talk about basketball and only basketball. I am super excited today. I got a special guest. Not only somebody that I know knows basketball, plays basketball, but it's a good man's of mine. We go way back. We've had our one-on-one battles. Obviously, I've won them all, so it's all good. You feel me? But yeah, so my man Dennis, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
So let the people know who you are. They know who I am, but let them know who you are, what your, I guess, relevance to basketball is. Anything you want to say, just let the people know.
Got you. Well, what's up, everybody? Dennis Deas, originally from Southwest Philadelphia. Graduated Central High School 271 with Gus, my man. And yeah, this is a lot of high school arguments right here at the table right now.
Yeah.
Over basketball, over anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just ready to get to it, basically.
Right. A lot of basketball debates, a lot of basketball arguments, a lot of playing basketball as well.
A lot of playing basketball, a lot of Gus losing, but
right, yeah. Social media era, they'll believe anything. All right, cool. We're gonna jump right into it with the Heat and the Celtics. So Game 4 is coming up. The Heat are up 2-1. I still have my same predictions. I still think the Celtics are going to take it. Whether it be 6, 7, I don't know, but I still think the Celtics are going to take it.
Why do you think the Celtics are going to win?
Because the Celtics, I think, are overall a better team. I think from the top to the bottom, everybody plays their role. From Jason Tatum, he's a scorer, he's a defender, he's the leader in my eyes in the team. I know Kemba's supposed to be the leader, but Jason Tatum, that's his team. And then you go all the way to like Enes Kanter. He does what he's supposed to do when he gets in the game. He rebounds and he plays defense very well, protects the paint. He just is that big man presence that you ask for a guy that's not really getting all the time. I know you're a Heat fan.
Do you not think the Heat do that from top to bottom?
I do. And the reason, so I talked about it before, the reason I think the Heat aren't going to pull it out is because I think the Heat are going to show their age at some point. The Heat are a very young team, full of dogs. Great potential of a couple years down the line. I mean, they're a great team now. But I think the Celtics, they're also young, but the Celtics have a lot of experience in the playoffs. Heat, I just think they're just too young and they're going to show their age at some point.
I mean, for one, the Heat have a championship caliber coach coaching them.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Stevens hasn't won anything.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat from top to bottom are dogs, like you said. I got the Heat winning the series because you have to bank on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown having a good game every game compared to the Heat where you can have anybody snap. Goran Dragic snap. You have Harrell snap. Jimmy Butler snap. Jay Crowder hits threes. Everybody on the Heat is doing something.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the only way the Celtics is going to keep it is if it's got to be a defensive game. And they got to apply that pressure defensively. Like, I do agree with you that the Heat have more weapons to go off on any random day. Jimmy Butler can have 12 points and he can still win by 20, low-key. Like, we're not going to trip. But I think if the Celtics contain that and they contain everybody on the floor, I mean, I don't want to count them out. That's all I guess I'm trying to say. I don't really want to count them out. But I definitely agree. I do understand what you're saying, though, as far as the Heat. I think it's going to be a great series. But like I said, I got the Celtics, you got the Heat. So let's see how it plays out.
I mean, Heat's always over Celtics, but yeah.
Nah, I feel that. I feel you. But man, the Nuggets and Lakers, bro.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Yesterday, bro, the Lakers were very disappointing. I'm not going to say the Lakers, but I'm mainly going to point out
big men on the Lakers.
No names. But if I had to give them initials.
AD, Dwight, JaVale.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, those three doofuses.
Crazy.
As a total unit, I think AD's 6'11", 7 foot?
AD's 6'11". Yeah, you're right, bro.
JaVale's like 7 foot, 7'1".
All within the same height. All able to grab rebounds. And they got, as a unit, they got 4 rebounds total. Now, if my math stands correct, which it usually does,
That's 1.33 rebounds. Yo, no, that's stupid. But like literally, that
real rap.
they
That's
each
not,
got 1 rebound essentially.
That's
AD
not
got
gonna
2.
help you win any kind of series anytime soon.
AD got 2 rebounds. So I just don't understand how they expect to win if their big man can't even contribute, and that's the best part of their game.
On the other hand, how many rebounds did Jokic have last night by himself?
What do he have? That's a good question, as a matter of fact. Because Jokic, so the first, 2 games, really, Dwight Howard was doing a good job on Jokic. He seemed like he was in his head. He seemed like he wasn't able to accomplish the Jokic that we all know of.
Nope.
But then game 3 comes around, and Jokic is owning them. All 3 of them. All 3 of them. And I don't get it. Like, what clicked for him?
What clicked for Jokic?
Yeah.
For one, he's young. He's hungry.
That's it. That's just he's young and hungry.
Young and hungry.
If that's the case, that explains the whole team, the Nuggets team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why they're balling. You can't count them out for anything. They have nothing to lose. On the other hand, you have AD, who barely has been to the playoffs his whole career, but he's regarded as a top player. So I think the Lakers are full of divas, and they think they have to do less to win, which is not going to help.
Right. Do you have the Lakers winning or the Nuggets winning?
You can't go against LeBron right now. You can't go against LeBron because he's undefeated. Undefeated. Can't go against LeBron.
The man is a monster.
If they didn't have LeBron, definitely the Nuggets would be a team to look out for, and they already are a team to look out for. But without LeBron, Nuggets would be in the finals easily.
Facts. I think I agree with that. I think the Nuggets. I think the only thing standing in their way, honestly, is LeBron James, not the Los Angeles Lakers. Literally LeBron James. And what baffles me is that yesterday AD had 43 minutes. In 43 minutes, he got 2 rebounds.
Now, he's one of the guys that's supposed to be regarded as the best big man.
Right. Which is a whole nother conversation.
Because got him up there. I got him up there. But, hey, I don't play in the NBA, so
you feel me?
It doesn't matter what I say.
Right. I mean, we had that chance, but we passed up on the tryouts. What was we doing that day?
No, remember my knee had messed up?
Right. Yeah.
It's all good,
yeah,
bro.
And I had my toenail had clipped. But like,
clip, bro.
yeah, it was a wild day that day. But we was available for the Sixers tryouts. It was in Camden and everything. But no, yeah. Back to the point of the matter. He had 43 minutes. He had 27 points, no blocks, 2 rebounds, 3 turnovers. That's not even really AD numbers, and that's kind of frustrating. If I'm LeBron, that's really frustrating because LeBron had 30, 10, and 11.
LeBron is counting on AD as his Batman, and AD doesn't step up every night.
At all.
As he should.
At all.
And that's going to be a problem for the Lakers because they don't have any other firepower besides LeBron.
Bro, is that your joint?
Yeah, my fault, bro.
I was so
Yeah, my fault.
Nah,
Yeah, Lakers don't have any other firepower besides LeBron. So you need somebody to step up, and that's supposed to be AD. That's why he brought AD to the Lakers.
yeah, and that's the crazy part because I think LeBron, as he's getting up in age, he trying to chill. You feel me? He's not trying to do all that. So, like, I definitely feel like
LeBron is 35, balling with a bunch of 20-year-olds running up and down the court. So imagine us at our age,
right,
trying to play with high schoolers.
right. We try,
It don't work. LeBron is a different breed, and he needs help also.
Yeah, and I'm even looking at these numbers, man. LeBron was only between LeBron and Rondo. LeBron had 11 assists. Rondo had 8. Everybody else essentially.
Rondo's a great floor general, but he's not going to put you points on the board. You need points on the board.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to get you the points on the board, but he is going to be that floor general that you need.
Yes, sir.
Which is very essential in just obviously playing team basketball. So that's great. But yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, you have Lakers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So I think we can agree on that. But we're gonna move on right to. So I want to give a spotlight. What You Expect is a great platform right now. It's a great media platform. They talk about everything: sports, pop culture, music, entertainment, everything that you can think of. They talk about. So definitely check out What You Expect. They have an article in there that just came out, and it talks about number one picks and titles. And it's the reason why Kyrie Irving is the only first picked, and that's also an NBA champion in the last 14 drafts.
Basically, if you think back to the last 14 drafts, no number one pick has done anything relevant unless they're playing with LeBron James.
Yeah.
Besides Andrew Bogut, who won with the Warriors.
Against LeBron James. So LeBron James is
James.
essentially involved in everything. And I think people have to understand the value that he actually brings to the NBA.
Which is, when you go back to the Nuggets versus Lakers, hard to go against the Lakers.
Exactly. But I think this is a really interesting article because it talked about that it's not always just that number one pick's fault. Because the reality of the situation is, especially with the old way of the method of the draft, was the worst team got the number one pick.
Yes, sir.
Now, I mean, the worst team still has the highest percentage. Regardless, if you're the number one pick, 9 times out of 10, you're going to a bad
get
team.
the top 3 picks.
Yeah. So the reality situation is, yes, sometimes scouts mess up. I don't want to name no names, but I will say Markelle Fultz should not have been number one pick.
I mean, can't say that because at the time we were all for Fultz. Nobody wanted Tatum at the time. I'm not saying Tatum was bad, but at the time everybody wanted Fultz because he matched up with Ben perfectly for our team.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Until he got drafted when he changed his shot. Then
somebody changed the shot.
Then he became somebody else.
Yeah, I don't really know who that dude was, but
yeah, I stick up for the Sixers in that regard because I feel like a lot of people wanted Fultz for just the way he would fit with the team better than everyone else would at the time.
I mean, I can't disagree with that because I will say that I was somebody that was looking at Fultz like, oh, he would fit perfectly. But at the same time, I mean, it goes back into the whole conversation of everything is not on the number one pick. Yes, I do think that Fultz could have been a lot better than what he was, and some of that might be on him. I'm also not in the NBA, so I can't really, say as a fact. But it's just a lot of times if you're getting the number one pick, you're going to a bad organization.
Yeah.
And if you're going to a bad organization, how are they really going to expect you to turn it around? Because they'll draft you and say, oh, you know what, you're the number one pick. We want to make the playoffs next year.
You can't turn it around. You're young. You're naive.
You know nothing.
You know nothing in the NBA. You need veterans around you.
And 9 times out of 10, if you're the number one pick, you're going to a team that doesn't probably have a lot of veterans. Because they're probably also a young team who was trash all season because they're young. I mean, that's just what happens.
If you're a number one pick going to a trash team, all the veterans are gone. All the valuable veterans that you need are gone.
Yeah.
They're going to championship caliber teams now.
Even if you just look at top 3 picks, right? Like, you're all 3 of those teams are trash. Now, this year is going to be very interesting because the Warriors got the number 2 pick. The only reason they got the number 2 pick is because Steph was hurt, Clay was hurt. So now,
how good are the Warriors, bro?
How good are the Warriors?
How good are the Warriors? They don't have KD no more, and Draymond is trash, bro. Draymond is trash.
I'm not a big fan of Draymond Green, but I'm not going to take away from his contribution to the Warriors team.
Yeah, but you only have 2 scorers now. Are you counting Andrew Wiggins as a scorer?
He can be.
He can be.
Andrew Wiggins' whole career, first of all, he was supposed to be with the Cavs.
Also number 1 pick that we're talking about right now.
Right, keep that in mind. Right. So he went to the Cavs, got traded, went to the Timberwolves. Who was going to really teach? Like, he's never had anybody to really teach him the ropes. The Timberwolves have been relevant, really, and honestly, they have been relevant since Kevin Garnett.
They had Jimmy Butler, and look what he's doing now with the Heat.
Jimmy Butler bullied them and took all their lunch money.
Jimmy Butler is a leader who wanted them. Jimmy Butler is a leader who wanted them to play hard.
Yeah.
And they don't want to play hard.
Exactly.
Look at the Heat playing hard. They're full of dogs. Mm-hmm. Nobody cries. Mm-hmm. They win. Mm-hmm. Look at the Wolves. No dogs.
Right.
They cry. They don't win.
Right.
Karl Anthony Towns cries. Doesn't win.
Facts.
Andrew Wiggins doesn't win.
Yeah.
Number 1 pick.
I think with him being on the Warriors, all that's going to change.
They also had Harrison Barnes on the Warriors, who I think was better than Andrew Wiggins for the Warriors.
I mean, but let's not also act like Andrew Wiggins wasn't putting up. What was he averaging, like 20-something per game? Like Andrew Wiggins
It's
don't have.
easy to do that when you're the only scorer on the team, though. Look at the
Cat
Sixers.
is on the team.
Look at the Sixers.
I mean,
look at their
Andrew
trash
Wiggins
years.
is a lot of different. Is a much bigger difference
Bro,
than
we
like
had-
Royal Ivy.
We had Hollis Thompson lead at our team, bro. Exactly. It's easy to score when you're the only one on the team.
I hear what you're saying.
You're putting up 40, 50 shots a game to score 20, 30.
This is the way I see it.
You're not winning.
You got
like
Steph and Clay who are shooters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steph, I think, might take a little bit of a backseat and become a little bit ball dominant, raise up his assist numbers because now he got Andrew Wiggins, he can be a slasher. His jump shot's okay. It's not great, but it's good enough where
Wiggins is trash.
I trust Andrew Wiggins to at least be a slasher. If he was a six man, he would win 6 man of the year. I'll say that.
When I just think of the Warriors, I just think of the old times, even before K-Day.
Right.
Everyone was clutch. Even Draymond was clutch.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that anymore.
But can this be Andrew Wiggins' opportunity to show something different?
It can, because he's playing with the best players he's ever played with
Mm-hmm.
around him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how his mentality is. Will he step up to the challenge? Will he get better? Will he do anything better?
Yeah, I think he'll get better, man. I really genuinely do. But also we're also steering away from the whole Kyrie Irving being the only first pick NBA champion. But I really want to go back to something that was really key that was talked about in the article, which talked about situations. And everyone's put into situations. And the first picks, a lot of times they're put into bad situations and expected to turn it around. And that just turns into the same thing as life. You know what I'm saying? Life is all about situations.
Mm-hmm.
If you grow up a certain way, you have the ability to see things differently. You have the ability to maybe network with different people, which can put you in different positions. A lot of us can say, oh, like, I might not be the smartest person in the room. I might not be the hardest working person in the room. But because of the connections I've made, I'm now put in a position to succeed. And I think that's where it's very important to look at it. Kawhi Leonard, the year he got drafted, he could have went to the Pacers or something. Like, just imagine if he went to the Pacers.
I feel like that's also true, but you can't make any type of judgment because you don't know how the other side will turn out.
Right. And I feel that.
So you don't know what he would have did for the Pacers because you don't know how he was mentally and all that. You just know he went to the Spurs and Pop gave him a chance.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, with him going to the Spurs, that was a great thing for his career. Because you think about it, he learned under some of the greatest players to play. Arguably one top 25.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you can say that, but then what did he do to the Spurs? As soon as he got clout, anything.
He was hurt.
Quit for a year.
Bro, injury. It was a lingering injury,
No,
bro.
He quit on the Spurs. He left them, went right to the Raptors, and did load management the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, won the championship because of different circumstances. We could say a 4-bouncer versus Sixers. We can also say Clay got hurt in the finals.
Right.
You take that away, look at this year. He had plenty of opportunity. He has a great team with the Clippers, and they fell short.
Which is debatable because, I'll say it again, Paul George had 4 points, and he was traded for 5 first-round draft picks. He's a bum.
This is not. It's not a conversation about Paul George.
I'm just saying, I had to throw that out there. You said he is surrounded by a great team.
Because they also have Lou Williams. They have shooters around him.
That goes into the whole what I was saying about the Celtics. If everybody plays their role, Paul George didn't play his role. No matter what nobody says, he didn't play his role.
Who's stepping up on the Celtics besides Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum?
Everybody plays their role. Marcus Smart is doing what he's supposed to do, and he hit threes if you need him to.
Marcus Smart?
Yeah.
On the Celtics?
Yes, bro. Like, we're not going to sit here like we're not watching the same basketball, bro.
He hits threes when you want him to, when you need him to.
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Who else?
Kemba's very consistent.
Kemba has been quiet.
He's dropping a quiet 18, 20 points.
I'm not going to lie. I actually forgot he was on the Celtics. Kemba has been quiet.
Nah, I feel
for a
you.
while.
No, he definitely has been quiet. I can't knock that. He definitely has been quiet. But I mean, he still gives you something of like he gives you that anywhere between 16 and 20 points.
You got to notice that you just said Marcus Smart over Kemba Walker too. Kemba has been quiet, bro.
Kemba is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. They brought him to the Celtics to be something he's not.
Which is what? He was a scorer. He was fine.
I think people thought
Charlotte.
his scoring was going to go to another level with the Celtics, and it's not.
I don't even think he's at the same level scoring.
You think he's less?
Yeah, with the Celtics.
Yeah, no, he's
Charlotte.
either less or at the same, but he's not.
Celtics have more firepower than Charlotte had when he was with Charlotte. So he had to score with Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics, like I said, you have Jason Tatum, you have Jaylen Brown. They're basically your top scorers on the Celtics. Gordon Hayward.
Kemba is supposed to be a better scorer than
he's supposed to be.
Exactly. So when he came to the Celtics,
he doesn't have his niche yet.
Which is not. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is he's supposed to be better. If Kemba was what he's supposed to be and everyone expected him to be, I got Celtics winning the whole finals.
Whew. Sheesh.
But he's not. So we're going to see. But I think if he does turn that on, keep in mind it's also his first playoffs. Bull's nervous. He's shaking like a stripper out there. So we don't know where this is going to go. But
is he that nervous? How long has he been in the league?
Kevin's been in the league for a nice little bit, but this is his first playoffs. Playoffs is a whole different environment.
I understand that, but I feel like you play one game, you play them all, bro. You play one basketball game, you play them all.
I don't know if a regular season game is the same as an NBA Finals game.
It's actually not. It's not the same. But we're talking about Kemba Walker here. We're not talking about Landry Shamet. Like, we're talking about a top caliber player, point guard.
Supposed to be top caliber.
Supposed to be top caliber.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the spotlight should rattle him. I don't think that.
I feel you. No, I definitely feel that. But then, all right, cool. So that's that. Definitely check out the article. It was a really good written article by my boy Deas. So I definitely want to give that a shout out. Definitely check that out when you get an opportunity. We're gonna jump right into a good thing. So like we said earlier, me and Deas, we definitely like to debate basketball. As you can see, like we have some very interesting takes on the exact same situations. But we're gonna go into a little NBA Verzuz, right? Let's make it fun. Let's make it interesting. We got Steph. Steph versus James Harden, man.
Ready?
Me personally, I'm taking James Harden. Taking James Harden for multiple reasons. I think James Harden is all around a better scorer. I think James Harden is a better defender. I think the intangibles I might give it a little bit more to Steph, but in the sense of impacting everything and making sure, like, if his team got to win, he makes sure he do that. I'm giving it to James.
Now you say James is a better scorer, right?
Yes.
Now let's look at Steph Curry when he scores compared to James Harden when he scores.
Okay.
What does James Harden do to score? Dribble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm by you. Foul at the line.
Mm-hmm.
Steph, dribble, shoot in your face, or he goes to the line with no foul and finishes athletically.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steph Curry he has to be athletic and more precise on the ground because he can't jump. So he has to do more to score, which he does. James Harden will shoot you in and out the game easily. Look at the past 3 Rockets playoffs. Shoot you in and out the game.
Yes.
There's a difference. I know Harden can score, but if you're shooting me in and out the game, I don't want that. I need precise. I need accuracy. I need you to score. That's all. I don't need 85 fouls all game. I don't need you to keep going to the rack. I don't know who that is.
Bro, this is all me and Dennis do. We get distracted by the smallest of things.
She threw me way off.
No, she definitely.
My fault.
No, man. No, I feel you though. I definitely feel what you're saying. But then I look at the all around picture of everything, right? So Steph is a great scorer. That's not denied. You can't deny that. But also when it comes to affecting the whole game, I think James is a better passer. I think James is a better rebounder. I think James is a better defender. And that's on the ball. So, yeah, Steph, I think, led the league in steals 1 year, which was great. But we're not going to sit here and act like those aren't. He did the same thing that, love my boy, but AI did, which was clog the passing lane or jump the passing lane.
Is James a better passer than Harden? And better passer than Curry?
I don't see why he's not.
He has the ball in his hand way more than Curry. He's their number one producer in all of everything for the Rockets.
Right.
So he has more opportunity to do that. I don't think that necessarily makes him better because he has more opportunity. Just like saying Russell Westbrook is better at passing. He has the ball in his hand every time up the court.
Yes. So in that sense, his James Harden's assist numbers are going to be better.
They definitely went up because not this year, but the year when they had no point guard, they went up because he was the primary ball handler and he did everything for the squad. Mm-hmm. Steph doesn't have to do that because he has more people around him.
In my eyes, all the thing I see Steph really doing, honestly, is a lot of his assists come from maybe he doesn't even penetrate as much. It's really just swinging the ball around until it gets to Clay or until it gets to one of their shooters. James Harden, yes, he kind of does something similar, but a lot of times he's taking the ball to the rack.
James Harden has to ball hog to pass the ball.
I mean, that honestly, like the reality situation, that's his style. Like, he's a gun. I'm not gonna sit here and take that away from his skill, though. I know some guns that are great at basketball.
That's all right. And what have they won?
Okay, so James Harden has not won.
That's not helping you win anything by gunning, by having the ball in your hand the whole time, by being the only primary person on the team. That's not helping anything unless you're LeBron James.
I also think that I don't think that James Harden has really been given the greatest of teams that he needs to really win, to succeed.
Ooh, look at the year when he lost Game 7, 2 years ago? That was a great team. Trevor Ariza, Chris Paul got hurt. Yeah, they had the chance to win the game.
If Chris Paul did not get hurt, they would have won.
So what's wrong? What happened this year? They had a great team this year.
Bro, they didn't have a great team.
They just didn't have a center.
Russell Westbrook is literally a cancer.
So now it's Westbrook.
I've always said I don't think Westbrook. I'm not going to knock his stats. I'm not going to knock the fact that he's a.
Was he the cancer when KD left? When they were up 3-1?
Oh yes. Against the Warriors? Oh yes.
I think they were playing the Clippers.
You talk about when
OKC lost in the playoffs with KD
right
and
before
Russ.
KD left.
Mm-hmm. They was up 3-1 versus the Warriors.
Yeah, because that's what the whole big issue was, is that you lost 3-1 and then went to that same team.
Right.
But yeah, like if you look at those games, a lot of those games ended with Russell's turnovers the same way a lot of these games ended versus the Lakers. Russell be doing dumb stuff at the end of the game, which is like, bro, what is you doing?
I think they were missing a big man, an agile big man for the Rockets this year.
Yeah, I don't know why they gave away Clint Capella, but that's another conversation.
I mean, they were trying to open up space for Russ.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. I'm a pass on that. But I think that, again, like I just think that James Harden, if James Harden had that exact same team, like if you take out Steph and you insert James Harden with that KD, Clay.
Come on, bro.
What? All I'm saying is
that's an all-star team. That's not. I mean,
fine. If you put Steph on James Harden's teams, he wouldn't even have nowhere near the same amount of success.
And I think that goes back to like number one picks. You can't say the opposite side because you don't know. We don't know what would happen.
Right.
It never happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know what Curry would do. We know Curry was a 14th pick, overall pick. Wasn't regarded highly. Mm-hmm. And he worked himself to what he is now. Mm-hmm. Off the Warriors. The Warriors wasn't anybody.
Yeah, they were definitely irrelevant.
They wasn't anybody.
They were definitely irrelevant.
So that's why I can't say you don't know what somebody would do. Just in that case right there, Curry worked himself up for the Warriors, which wasn't anybody. They had Monte Ellis.
Yeah. Who was the dog?
He was getting old, and he
was definitely getting old. I was just saying, his prime, he was a dog.
As soon as Curry came up, he was out the league. Monte Ellis went to the Bucks.
Yeah.
After that,
They tried to kill him at the Bucks.
it wasn't nothing.
Yeah, they sent
for
him there to
Monte
die.
Ellis.
They be sending players places to die. That's really crazy. They did CP3 like that, and CP3 was like, nah, I ain't going out.
Yeah,
sweet.
he was sent to the Thunder to die. They didn't know what was going to happen. Thunder wasn't supposed to make the playoffs.
Facts.
None of that.
Facts.
None of that.
Facts, man.
So when you talk about people in their situations, you don't know the other side because you don't know what they would do. People didn't expect Chris Paul to do that. If he left, people would say, "Oh, Chris Paul, he wasn't going to do nothing with the OKC anyway. They were young. They didn't have anybody."
Yeah, nobody definitely would have saw this. Nobody definitely would have saw that.
So you don't know what can happen. Anything can happen. You don't know people's mentalities.
All right, so let me ask this question. This is not so much into this debate, but like one-on-one game, who wins?
Between who?
James Harden and Steph Curry. On the street, one-on-one, game to 11, win by 2. Can't win on the 2.
I mean, it's a mismatch because Harden is clearly stronger than Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Steph has to be, like I said, he has to be more precise with his moves and all that. He has to get around. Harden can go right to the rim if he wants to every time.
Majority of the players that Steph plays against that are sticking him or he's sticking are bigger and stronger than him. So I don't think that's. I mean, yeah, it's a mismatch, but like it's still like majority of the people he going up against are.
Like you said, it's 1-on-1 though, not 5-on-5.
Okay.
So if Steph gets by the number one person, he still has 4 other people he has to score over.
Mm-hmm.
It's the difference.
I mean, I feel you on that one. That definitely is true. Team basketball is a lot different than one-on-one basketball. But like
that's what I'm saying. Harden and Curry I think it's a mismatch 1-on-1. Yeah, they both can score, but Harden is way stronger than Curry. All he has to do is go to the rim every time.
Okay. All right. I mean,
what is Curry going to do? He's going to try to
pull up
shake
on him.
Harden and pull up.
Yeah.
You miss a shot, it's a wrap.
Respect. Did I mention that AD, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee got a total of 4 rebounds in a full game? That's crazy.
No, for real, I think I had the same amount though.
Yeah,
probably in my player. But,
yeah. It's the same. It's essentially the same thing. Like my player and, but yeah, we don't even gotta get into all that. Then you heard about what KD said about New York, about the Knicks.
I don't even want to talk about KD, man.
It doesn't surprise me. He said they're looking for a savior. He's not trying to be that bull. It doesn't surprise me because I honestly don't think he'll ever be that bull.
OKC was looking for a savior also. He was supposed to be that bull.
I mean, he was drafted there. That's a totally different situation.
He was drafted to the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, excuse me. I mean, regardless, yeah, I think KD's
he was supposed to be that bull. He bailed out for them.
KD is very disappointing. I will say that because if he had that killer mentality in him, he would be OD. Like, he's a great scorer. He'll go down as one of the best scorers.
You can say he was bull for Warriors, but not really. That was easy for him. Like, when you have Steph and Clay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's easy. You don't have to do nothing.
Because he's getting single coverage because they can't double you.
Now he's still not by himself. He's going to Brooklyn with Kyrie. And you know
it's
Kyrie's
just Kyrie, though.
You know Kyrie's the main ball handler. You see what he does.
Yeah. But I think KD likes that. He don't like the pressure.
Exactly.
He
likes
folds.
to play the background. He likes to play the background and get his easy buckets.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that.
Now we're not saying KD's corny and all that.
No, he's a great player.
He's a great player. 7 foot, all that, shoot, all that. Probably one of the best players in the NBA. Not probably.
He is. He is.
Not probably.
He is one of the best players in the NBA. I think when he comes back.
But when it comes to his heart and mentality. Nah, he's not up there though at all.
Nah, and then not to mention he can only like bench press like 20 pounds. But no, listen for real. But then also like I do respect him though. I do respect him because of his game.
He's a great player, of course. We're not saying he's not a great player. We're talking about his mentality towards winning and all that.
But his mentality towards the game of basketball is cool because he's like, all I want to do is play ball. I ain't worried about the extra stuff. I don't want all the media. He just wants to play ball. So I respect that, but it's also a matter of like.
If he wants to play ball, he should want to be the man.
That's why it's confusing.
Kawhi is way quieter than KD.
Right.
And we all know Kawhi's intentions.
Exactly. Because once the Sixers signed me to this 10-day contract, I'm dropping 40.
We don't know KD's intentions.
What's the bull from the Lakers? The bull that they had signed to like a 10-day draft?
Like
Ingram? Ingram.
Yeah, Andre Ingram.
Yep. Bull was like 55 years old, head full of gray hair. He came in dropping buckets.
That wasn't your uncle?
Huh?
That wasn't your uncle?
Nah. Yeah, nah, that was my. I wish though.
Damn.
It would have been great though. But all right, we're gonna go right into. We're gonna give that man his flowers. So last week I gave Allen Iverson his flowers because that's my favorite player of all time, and he deserves everything that he gets. This week we gonna give it to Dwayne Wade. Partly because Dwayne Wade is a great player, but the second part is that
is he great or is he above great? Is he over great?
Go ahead, take the floor. Give that man his flowers.
This is Dwayne Wade we talking about. Probably I'll give him under Kobe, definitely. Kobe's over Dwayne Wade. But Dwayne Wade, top 2, not 2.
Top 2, not 2. Well, so if he's
guards in the league. Yes, we're talking about Kobe.
Okay.
And like I said, Dwayne Wade's top 2, not 2. He's a bull. He does everything you need. Defense, offense. Greatest player, bro. My favorite player. I don't got anybody over Wade.
Bro, this man, Dennis, used to have a keychain with Dwayne Wade. So Dwayne Wade was going up for a dunk. Dennis done Photoshop. Mind you, this is like back in the day. I don't even know how he did that. I never heard of Photoshop. Dennis Photoshopped his face on
if we can bring
Dwayne Wade.
Up,
oh, yeah. I'm going to definitely show it. So the people can see it.
We'll show you how great Dwayne Wade is. He even took over my body like Mike.
Make me like Wade.
It happens. I had the Converses. I had everything.
Oh, man. All right. Bet. So let's give Dwayne Wade his flowers, yo. He deserves it. Definitely one of the best players to ever play the game. He definitely deserves it.
Basketball-wise, I don't know what he's doing now. He's acting a little weird now.
We're not even going to get into that because it is 2020.
We're talking about basketball-wise, Dwayne Wade.
So quickly, we're going to go into shout-outs. So I'm going to definitely give a shout-out to my boy Mikey. Mikey transferred. So that was definitely a big step in just his personal journey. So I want to give him a shout-out on that, transferring from California to North Carolina, school in North Carolina. North Carolina produces a lot of ballers, so that would be something to look out for.
I thought he was going to HBCU.
Oh no, he's coming to Hampton once he graduates, but he's going into what, sophomore year?
So what's North Carolina?
What's the school? It's a high school. He's just transferring high school.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going from because honestly, when you look at his stats, he played against a lot of dudes that were like just didn't seem like it was a really good division.
I was looking at some of his highlights.
He
horrible.
Yeah,
his division horrible.
Yeah, like he's great. He's super athletic, but like it didn't look like he played against.
It pads his stats.
Yeah, but I still respect him because I think even watching AAU ball, like he still be balling. Like definitely not gonna trip.
He's a great player.
But I think now he's just looking for some competition, so that's gonna be interesting. Shout out to Bronny for literally doing just something stupid. Because I don't know.
He didn't do anything stupid. He didn't do anything a kid wouldn't do.
Posting what he did in his personal life.
Man, he's just LeBron's kid.
Posting something illegal on social media is stupid.
You don't know where he was because it's legal a lot of places.
At 15, 16 years old?
No.
But it's not legal at 15, 16 years old.
We know plenty of 15 and 16-year-olds doing the same thing Bronny's doing.
I'm a man blessed by God.
He's just way better at doing what he does. While doing it.
Nah, I feel you. But
he's just way better. Like
I don't know, bro. Like I just hope that does. I don't think it's gonna mess up anything because he's LeBron's son. But still,
if the man want to do something on his spare time when he's off, he's not practicing shooting jumpers in the gym. He's not on the garage shooting jumpers, dunking. Let him have his fun, bro. Why is it hurting us? What is it doing to us?
You're right.
It's not bothering
I guess
anybody.
This goes back into situations. Because if this is anybody else's child, it would be a whole bigger issue. If Mikey did it, it would be a much bigger issue than Bronny doing it.
Exactly, bro.
Then give a shout out to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan just partnered with Danny Hamlin to buy a NASCAR team. And they're going to have Bubba Wallace as their driver. Yeah, we talk about basketball, only basketball, but I definitely want to give a shout out to Michael Jordan.
If you don't know, Bubba Wallace is the only African-American NASCAR driver in the sport right now.
Exactly. So,
and he has Jordan Beckham.
Big ups to him.
And if you don't know, I know I heard this a lot. A lot of people think Jordan owns prisons or he invests in prisons. Because when I read this, John, that's the first thing I thought of. Like, people think he owns prisons, so why would he back an African-American driver and all that?
Yeah.
He doesn't. It's a whole different Michael Jordan, and it's just a mistaken identity.
I wish my name was Michael Jordan. I would get away with everything.
So let Jordan live. They think he doesn't do anything for the black community and all that. It's a lie.
What he need to do is take them jeans to the tailors.
Only thing
because them jeans are bad.
We don't want to get too much into his shoes and all that and what they do for the black community.
All right, the last shout out was the NCAA. The NCAA just adopted the bubble style of play for I think it was about like 8 tournaments. So they're gonna have like 8 tournaments at the Walt Disney Worldwide of Sports or whatever it's called. So that's pretty dope. Trying to keep the players safe and all that, but still giving them the opportunity to play. So that's very dope. Did I mention that AD, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee combined for 4 rebounds in the whole game?
How many people is that? That's
3 people, and they got 4 rebounds.
They're all 7-footers.
All 7-footers.
We still never find out how many Jokic had.
Jokic had 10.
10 rebounds
10.
compared to... Okay.
They're 4 combined.
Yeah, that's definitely going to help
Jokic is a
win.
grown man.
That's definitely... he was playing like one yesterday.
Yeah, he's a grown man. But listen, that's it for the show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. Appreciate you, Dennis, for pulling up.
Oh, yes, no problem.
Talking about basketball. Very fun. We definitely going to do this.
I need some bigger headphones, though. These ones not big enough.
Right. No, we definitely going to do this again. Maybe even next time we'll even show y'all little highlights of me and Dennis one-on-one. Last time I played, I was out there like Chef Curry. I would say James Harden, but...
I'm not saying, you see how he just switched up the Curry?
No. James Harden is still better. But the reason I say Chef Curry is because I did a little... shimmy jump, you know what I mean? I did a couple of little shimmies after my jump. I was out there balling, bro, before Corona. I hit the one jump. Bulls was in the gym like, yo, y'all got to guard him. I'm cracking up. I'm not even a shooter.
I ain't going to lie. Gus is not lying. That
bro, everything was wet, bro.
That day was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. I even hit the side step joint like Dame. I could never do it again.
And Gus is not like that. But...
But no, that's it. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
He had the like mics on.
I definitely had to like mics on. Definitely had to like Mike. The Team Jordans. The what they call the Jordan 18 Retro SE type. No, thank y'all for tuning in.
Man.
We'll be back another time. Peace.